Good morning, guys. So I'm headed out to the golf course to teach lessons. Wednesday's the day that I teach. And, I don't have enough time to be a full time instructor, although I love teaching, but it allows me to focus on just a small number of students. And so today's video is called I Want to Play Better Golf. And I'll be making another video later today, I hope, when I get home. Hopefully, I'll have time. But I felt that this might be a good time to talk about where I'm at in my swing evolution. Now, obviously, I have undergone a metamorphosis. I mean, it is like a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like my swing has finally taken on an air of authority that I never had before. Golf is imperfect. I don't hit a perfect shot every time, but at least I know what I'm feeling in my body is something that I immediately recognize. Okay. It's kind of like, have you ever seen an old happy couple and they say, "Oh, it was love at first sight"? You just know when you know. That's what the OTT miracle swing is for me. I've hit a million golf balls, and then I hit a golf ball a certain way, and I just knew. I'm like, holy crap, that's exactly what I need to be working on. And there was an unmistakable feeling the way the shaft loaded and released through the ball. And so that's where I'm going to plant my flag in the world of golf. Now, the curious thing I want to point out, because a lot of people are aware that Mr. Hogan is my great idol and the influence of my swing evolution. But have you ever seen Ben Hogan block a shot? I've seen thousands of swings from Mr. Hogan. You're never going to see him block a shot out to the right. But that was my miss. And the reason why was because I was out of position on the downswing. It almost seemed to take like a miraculous incident of proper timing for me to hit a really great shot. That being said, I shot under par several times with my old way of swinging. So that's not to say you can't play golf a lot of different ways, but this is a superior way for my body to hit the golf ball. I can just feel it. Now, I've had 3 subpar 9-hole rounds with the new golf swing. I haven't put it together on 18 holes yet, but for the first time, I really think the 60s are a distinct possibility for me, especially if I clean up my short game. So that's what the over the top miracle swing is all about. That's what my swing evolution is about right now. Now I'd like to talk about the robust conversations on my YouTube channel, which is outstanding. I love great golf conversations, and I love the laboratory of my swing evolution where people can chime in, put in their 2 cents, talk about what they're doing, and I think it makes golf better. I mean, literally, I'm swinging over the top. That's the move, that's the feeling I have in transition, and it's the most maligned way to swing a golf club in all of the instruction of golf. So I mean, it was a real radical departure for me to even just try it because I've always heard that it was a death move. It turns out it's not a death move. And I'll tell you the reason why. When my hip gets in front of me, I it's flip city. Okay? If I'm doing a judo throw, I don't do a judo throw with my right hip under me. I want to take a person over my shoulder. That's the feeling I got the first time I hit that shot. It was like a really good uchimata. It's like, oh my God, I'm wheeling this golf club over my shoulder and I've got so much force. And so it's an unmistakable feeling for me that just immediately reminded me of something that I just knew this is the way. Now, my channel is called My Swing Evolution. And the reason why I bring this up is I would categorize 95% of the conversations on YouTube as good golf conversations, respectable people, just like you were on the first tee playing with some folks you've never met before. 5% of the conversations can be a little sketchy. You know how you get that sketchy person in your foursome and they may be doing crazy stuff like missing putts and yeah, I mean losing their mind or whatever it may be, cursing, going crazy, you know, that's like 5% of YouTube, okay? And that's okay. I can handle it. But when I get really negative comments, people seem to talk to me like my swing evolution is their swing evolution. And that's the one thing I'd point out is I want to play better golf. I'll do whatever it takes to play better golf. And when I discover something, I'm going to tell everybody on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to do. I think it's a great thing. It's been a great platform. There's 25 million views on my channel, okay? Because I want to share my swing evolution. But my body is unique. I know from ballet and yoga, I don't have a very flexible spine. So I have limitations in my golf swing. And this little OTT move gives me the most leverage. Now my goal is to completely own this move so that I can play the best golf of my life. It's also healthier for my spine, okay? Because I'm not trying to contort myself. So I'd like to encourage people to continue to make great comments the same way that we always have. But just remember, my body this is my journey and my body. You may have advice for me, but if I don't heed it or if I disagree with it, you know, at the end of the day, it's my swing evolution. I'd love to hear about your swing evolution. It's just kind of funny to me because another thing I wanted to mention is, I've got over 1,000 videos and I'm trying to put out a video every day. I will focus on the most immediate video for a day or two to answer all the comments. I've finally gotten to the point where I can't respond to everything. I try, but I can't respond to everything because it's just too overwhelming across all these social media platforms. And the crazy thing is, you may be on a social media platform and there may be 3 ways to communicate or more on that platform. So I'm doing my very best, but I'm really excited about golf and I'm excited to go teach this morning. I'm going to answer a couple of these questions here. I love OTT. Why do I toe the ball sometimes? Well, the simple answer is you're too close to the ball at impact. I mean, I don't mean that to be, silly, but you'll notice that, Mr. Hogan and Bobby Jones, they lined the ball up off the toe and they went down to go get it. You just have to adjust your ball position. And also, if your weight shift is inconsistent, okay, pros say 90% of the shot is done before they ever take the club back. When you look at a pro at a dress, they are set. That's the biggest difference I see between my swing today and when I started my swing evolution. It's like I am ready to hit a golf ball. So most likely that's what it's going to be. So Rusty, that's awesome that you're hitting every club 10 to 20 yards longer, but continue to work on it and continue to work on your stance and posture and then a consistent weight shift. Okay. Any extra tip for the OTT driver swing? Okay. He says the driver feels a little too much down. Okay. First tip is your ball with a driver needs to be 2 or 3 inches further ahead of your other golf clubs in your stance. Okay, if your swing is a curve like this and you're too down on it, if you move the ball forward, you'll likely catch it more flat. Okay, it's the most common mistake I see with folks who hit driver is the ball is too far back in their stance. You have to move. I play the ball up off the tip of my left shoulder inside my left heel. Okay. This is a great question. Has my short game wedge game changed? Um, I am changing some things in my short game, but the swing is too, to me, the OTT swing gives me leverage. Yesterday, I hit a bomb drive, a massive drive on a short par four, and I had a 33-yard shot to the pin. And I did like a little OTT move, and I blasted it way over the hole. That when you don't need leverage, you just have to back off. But it's led to something else, that I'm learning about my short game. It's amazing how everything's connected. So when I'm just hitting a chip shot, I don't loop the club head. So in other words, I'm saying with an OTT swing, I feel like I get over on top of the shaft, and the shortest I can probably hit a shot like that, like absolute shortest, is 40 yards with a 60-degree. Great question. Yeah, 20 yards longer with a putter is a problem. Um, I'm out on the toe too, got my lie spin up 1 degree, and the strike has moved to the middle. Dave, that's a really good comment. Like this is such great discourse here. Dave had an answer for the person hitting it off the toe, Rusty. You may need your lie angles checked. In fact, I need to get my lie angles rechecked. I haven't noticed any trouble with my divot pattern, but I should get my lie angles rechecked. I might be more upright. That's what I would assume, but still I see that I'm getting bowed. It feels like my impact is fairly similar. Do you see any issues with going right on your drive? Um, my miss is right now, but the thing I like about my miss is it's usually a fade, like I cut it too much. I can pull one occasionally, but my miss tends to be the right rough. Um, I'm okay with that because the ball's starting down the middle generally, and it may overcook a little bit. My miss before was right, but it was it was like other fairway right. So that's where I'm at in my game. So that's what I'm working with. Just as long as you have a consistent pattern is my point about missing right. If you have a two-way miss, that's when golf gets really, really painful. I'm striking my irons awesome. Picked up 10 yards with the irons. Driver is still my Achilles heel, distance and accuracy. My big thing with the OTT miracle move is that my driving is the best it's been in years. That being said, you've got to understand ball position. You can't just, you can't, you have to have a consistent weight shift, and you have to know where your ball position is so you can make consistent contact. And then you play with path. So when I start to cut it too much, like I'm back to my Hogan stance where I have my right foot pulled back off the line a little bit. Um, and when I start to cut it too much, I strengthen my grip a tad. So these are the two main building blocks of your driver swing, really every swing, but specifically driver swing. If you're cutting it too much, your face is open to the path. So you can slightly strengthen your grip. Step one. Step two, close your stance off a little bit. That's the second thing you do. The reverse is true if you're hooking it too much. Pretty simple fixes. Okay. My short game OTT stuff, all my short game stuff. I'm going to film today short game stuff for MSE TV. So that's going to be dynamite. You guys, MSE TV is going to be the bomb. I just talked to John Levitt yesterday. I'm going to be finishing a video we've been working on for a long time. He's bringing his book, The Process, to MSE TV. And he's the first of many great pros I'm going to have on MSE TV. I want it to be the biggest golf site out there. If your miss is in the right rough, aiming the center, why not aim a third to the left perimeter? Well, I tend to want to aim down the left and cut it back to the middle. But sometimes the ball starts off down the middle and cuts out to the right. All right. So, guys, that's it for this morning. I want everybody to play better golf. I'm just trying to play better golf, guys. That's all there is to it. And my swing evolution took a massive turn in the right direction when I fooled around with the OTT swing, and it was love at first sight. I just knew this is for my body what works the best for me. And because of the fact it's such a dreaded thing in golf, I really felt I needed to address it. So, okay, I'm trying to follow the Hogan lessons and now I'm shanking it. Has anyone experienced this? My take on short game is more than that, cut it all. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll let you guys continue the conversation. I've got to go teach. I love you all. I really appreciate everybody being a part of this. And again, this is my swing evolution, but it's a community. Okay. We're all trying to get better. I'm honored to share my stories with you, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.